this was a particularly interesting story here because annual pass holders, right? Disney has really emphasized ticket holders, and they've emphasized, VIPs such as maybe Club 33 members and Golden Oak members and all these different classification of guests. But annual pass holders, they still tend to get shafted just a little bit, which is unfortunate. Now, for this, you would have thought, hey, you know what? Maybe they're leaning into annual pass holders. This, I mean, for Disney's Starlight Parade. But oh, no. In this case, well, last in class once again. Here we go, folks. From that park place, Walt Disney World annual pass holders hit with new restrictions as Disney Starlight Parade launches at the Magic Kingdom, May 29th, 2025, by Marvin, Montenaro. Just as fans were celebrating the long-awaited return of a nighttime parade to Walt Disney World's Magic Kingdom with Starlight, Disney has announced a notable policy shift, one that could significantly affect annual pass holders hoping to catch the debut. Starting July 20th, 2025, the same day Disney Starlight Dream the Night Away officially premieres, annual pass holders will face new limitations when it comes to visiting Magic Kingdom. In what appears to be an effort to manage crowd control levels for the highly anticipated parade, Disney is temporarily reinstating reservation requirements for all pass holder visits to the Magic Kingdom, regardless of the time of day. While Disney's reservation system remains in place from the lockdown era, this new policy effectively rolls back the loosening of the existing system, which allow guests to go to Magic Kingdom on weekdays after 2 p.m. without reservation. So, to break this down here, you don't need a reservation for just about any park, and that includes Magic Kingdom after 2 p.m., at least right now. Now, going forward with the implementation of Disney's Starlight Nighttime Parade, you will need a reservation to go to Magic Kingdom. And from what I understand, I don't even think you can park hop out of it. I think you need a reservation set for that day specifically at that park. Go ahead.
That would be my take on it. However, I say in the article that it's not explicitly stated, just because I think that might be the way it's going. They don't expressly state that. I think that there's a chance you might still be able to like go to Epcot without a reservation after 2:00 and then park hop as long as you've checked into a different park. I don't know if the reservation itself is required for the park hopping, or whether it's going to be that you've checked into another park at some point. Because I honestly don't think with their system that they're going to be able to differentiate between those two things. I don't know.
During the lockdown era, it was okay. Even if you wanted to park hop to another park, whatever reservation that you made, you had to go to that park first, no matter what, right. Even if it was after the time period of park hopping and all of that. Now at Disneyland, they didn't actually do that. If you let's say you reserved a day for Disney California Adventure, and maybe you wanted to park hop over to a Disneyland, maybe you didn't get to Disney California Adventure before that time period in which you could park hop, you could just go to Disneyland because you had a reservation for at least one park that day. Well, Disney World wasn't the case. You had to go to Epcot, for example, first, no matter what, and then go to Magic Kingdom. Go ahead, Marvin.
On the day of the 50th anniversary, I couldn't get a Magic Kingdom reservation, so I made a Hollywood Studios reservation and literally walked into it was the cat dog meme. I walked into Hollywood Studios, walked right back out of it, got back in my car, and then went to Magic Kingdom. But you just had to do that check-in. But now I don't know because I think it'll be I personally think there's a chance that if you go to Hollywood Studios without a reservation that day after 2 p.m., you'll still be able to park hop to Magic Kingdom, and it'll just be okay, well, you checked into another park and now you're park hopping. I don't think it necessarily, the more I thought about it, I'm I don't know if it's necessarily going to be tied to the reservation, but you are definitely going to have to go to another park before going there. You will have to have a check-in at another park. So I don't know.
It was my understanding from what I was reading that you'd actually have to have a Magic Kingdom reservation. So let's say you wanted to park hop, you go to Hollywood Studios or any other park after 2:00, but you still have to have a Magic Kingdom reservation for the day.
That's not the case. That's not the case.
No, that's not.
No,
okay.
No, they stated that you can. Because they said if you have a reservation to another park, like if you go to Epcot for the day, you can still park hop to Magic Kingdom after 2 p.m. as long as Magic Kingdom is not at capacity. And guys, I'm telling you right now, Magic Kingdom will not be at capacity. Magic Kingdom has not hit maximum capacity in years. And that used to be something that only happened, Ron, right, on July 4th and New Year's Eve. And it doesn't even happen then anymore.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's extremely rare. I think back in the 2010s, you would see you're right around like New Year's Eve, and I remember when when it would hit capacity, right? It would hit capacity, and then some people would leave, and then they would let more people in at like noon back in those days. But yeah, there's no, I don't. I mean, the line, look, Peter Pan, it used to always be a 75 plus minute wait, is now like a 45 plus minute wait on the busiest days. So I don't even know. I don't know. It's an interesting thing. I'm also wondering what the heck this parade route is going to be when they block off half the Magic Kingdom for Rivers of America construction, and how convoluted that's going to be. There's so many decisions that they're making. I mean, is it great that they're bringing back a nighttime parade? Whatever, but like, this whole reservation system, in my opinion, just needs to go away completely, because it's all it's false projection. That's all it is. It's false projection, and I think it has to do with their employee counts or something. I don't know. At this point in time, how does it even affect that?
It's a situation where Universal, even during the lockdowns, never had a reservation system. SeaWorld did, but SeaWorld got rid of it as soon as possible. I think Disney saw it as an opportunity to lock annual pass holders out, and so they took it specifically for that reason, because they are constantly wanting to keep annual pass holders out, like you said, last in class, Vash.
Last in class. That's what I'm saying, because it's just they always seem to get the short end of the stick. And look, as harsh as this might be for pass holders at Walt Disney World, man, it's brutal at Disneyland, because again, if you do not show up for your reservation 3 times in a 90-day window, you get strikes in your account. So if you don't show up once, you get 1 strike. You don't show up twice, you get another. And you don't show up a 3rd time, that's 3 strikes. What happens? You can't make a reservation. You literally can't use your pass that you're maybe paying monthly, or that you've already paid for a 3-month period if you don't show up for those reservations that you've made. So it's particularly brutal. But let's go ahead and look at that reservation calendar, at least for Walt Disney World, and see, okay, theme park reservations. This is for tickets, obviously.
Yep.
But you can see in the month of July, when this actually makes its debut, July 20th here, this new Disney Starlight parade, that is, you can see it's all green. And
not only is that all green, Vash, but the 4th of July is still all green.
Mm-hmm. That's a Friday. You would think, oh, that would have been, maybe some parks available by this point.
4th of July weekend is literally 4th of July weekend this year. And it's still completely. Ron, by this point, if I'm not mistaken, usually at least Magic Kingdom, if not Magic Kingdom and Epcot, were gone.
Well, 2 or 3 years ago, sure, but
yes.
The last 2 summers, for sure, the 4th of July, the parks have been empty, at least during the day. People only go like during the night for the fireworks. But man, I remember going to I went to Animal Kingdom in 2023 on the 4th of July, and I mean, like, everything was a walk-on. Like, it was crazy.
It's nuts. Well, because if you're in Walt Disney World, which there aren't as many people anymore that are, you're in either the Epcot or the Magic Kingdom, specifically for the fireworks. So Epcot and Hollywood Studios are going to have lower wait times, of course. It's just crazy to me that, because it's of Disney's own doing. They don't really lean into the Americana anymore of it. I showed Vash when I was there for Memorial Day.
Oh yeah,
the red, white, and blue banners that they have don't even look like, they're not using Old Glory blue on the banners. It looks like it's red, white, and black.
Oh. Yeah. Well, the 4th of July decorations have been gone from Disneyland, which used to be a tradition going back to 55, 56 or so, and just nothing for the last couple of years. Now, people will say, oh, well, they have the Pixar Palace celebration or Pixar Fest. I guess they've had the 100th anniversary. It's like, yeah, they've had all those things, but even when they haven't, we still haven't seen return for at least 4th of July bunting at all. And it's really saddening. If you look at the annual pass holder calendar, this is where things get more interesting right here. The Sorcerer Pass, for example, which allows for summer access to these parks. You can see right here, Magic Kingdom is selected. Everything's still available. Go to the IncrediPass. It's the same story as you can probably surmise right here. Oh, well, that's just great.
They had to duck out.
Thanks, Disney. Very much appreciate you're just so solid IT right there. Okay, here we go. IncrediPass is still all available. Now the other passes like the Pirate Pass and the Pixie Pass, those would be available if you weren't blocked out on specific dates right here, which is the only lack of access that we actually see. That's very different from no reservations available, mind you.
Right.
This is just regular blockouts as part of this pass. So I just if they're expecting, I think Marvin, you made an amazing point actually this morning, which is if they announced an opening date for, let's say, Disney Starlight or their next big parade or their next big entertainment spectacular, and it's like, okay, this is the day, and now we're going to impose these restrictions. You would have thought that this would have been sold out immediately, and yet we're not seeing that.
Would have crashed the website a couple of years ago. If they had the reservation system in place and this was a thing, like easily.
Yeah, well, and this is the only reservation you really have to make, right? Now, I suppose at Disneyland, you have maybe like at the highest tier, you have like 6 rolling reservations that you can actually make. Well, you have to make those just to get access to the parks at all. We don't, there's no good to go days. There's none of this like, show up after 2 p.m. If you want to get access, you have to make a reservation. So a lot of people have many reservations that they have standing, maybe with a couple of floaters, but that's why when a new whatever is debuted there, those dates don't typically sell out because they have all the reservations that they've already made. Versus this is the only thing you have to make a reservation for, and yet it's still every single park's available
because they're not popular. It's really that simple. So I was walking out of the park yesterday with somebody who I got in a conversation with on the Skyliner, who is a DVC owner, and we were talking about this very thing and how, and she had just gone to Epic and seen the new rides there. And we were talking, like, she brought it up, not even me. Like, she didn't know who I was or what like my channel was or anything like that. She brought up the decline of the quality of Disney overall. She said, man, in 2009, 10, 11, 12, we loved coming to these parks, and we would come in at night. We would come in at like 9, 10 o'clock at night. The parks would stay open till 1. We could get everything done without lines. And the quality was so much better. And the price was like, I don't know, half what it is now. And it was just interesting having this conversation with basically a total stranger who doesn't know what I do and don't know what kind of channels I'm on or anything else. But she says, I've been such a Disney fan my entire life, and the decline is kind of depressing. It's just not what it was, and it's true. I really think that the reservation system only exists for the parks to project as if they're far more popular than they actually are these days.
It's very interesting that you bring that up, Ron, because I was sitting next to somebody at Universal Fan Fest nights, actually. This is over in Southern California. And, if you live in Southern California, you basically have a pass to all of the parks because it's kind of part of the advantage of living there, right? You want to go ahead and take advantage of those local amenities around you. And again, this person had bought passes their entire lives. And now it was the first time where they were saying, you know what, I don't think we're going to do it this upcoming next year right here, because look around us. Universal's just offering a more competitive product at a much lower price. They're about to add in the Fast and Furious coaster right there. Knott's is still a compelling value. It's like, why embark on a Disney pass that's going to be so expensive and so restrictive? And with this quality reduction that we're seeing, it just doesn't make any sense to carry this pass on. And unfortunately, I think we're seeing that across the company in a variety of ways, not just with their theme park product, but also with their entertainment content, with their Disney Plus content, etc. It's just not up to standard by and large, which is unfortunate.
Thanks for watching That Park Plays News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.